this week, investors perked up briefly as the United States and China signaled readiness to make compromises, aiming to resolve the protracted trade conflict. However, next week, macroeconomic data will remind investors about the threat of a slowdown in the global economy. What particular information will provide fresh evidence of the dismal prospects? Let's find out from a video calendar on InstaForex TV channel. China will be the first to report on business activity in the key sector of the economy. On Monday, traders will get to know two reports: the government data on trends in large business and state-owned factories, and the private survey from Taishin on business activity in small and medium-sized firms. Investors are braced for downbeat data as analysts in both reports foresee contraction in manufacturing PMIs. The PMI for small business managed to rebound in August. However, business activity in small and medium-sized firms is expected to lose momentum in September, with the PMI dropping to 49.8. Such data will trigger sell-offs of the Aussie dollar, as Australia is the main supplier of commodities to China's industry. Besides, on Monday, traders will find out about economic growth in Great Britain. The UK is due to present final GDP data for the second quarter. The flash estimate was downgraded to 1.2% on a yearly basis from the forecast for a 1.4% expansion. So a decline in gross domestic product will signal sluggish performance of the UK economy, which is facing a departure from the European Union. No wonder the sterling bears will enter back to the market. In the broad sense, the euro area's economy is also going through troubled times. Easing inflation in Germany confirms a downturn in the largest eurozone's economy. On Monday, investors will be alert to Germany's preliminary CPI for September. The forecast does not inspire optimism, as an annual rate of consumer inflation is likely to edge down to 1.3%. This will assure the ECB to take crucial measures. The economic calendar on Tuesday is also loaded with events. On early morning, the Reserve Bank of Australia will unveil its policy update. In the latest speech, Governor of the Australian regulator, Philip Lowe, surprised the market, evading the question of cutting the official cash rate. Nevertheless, most market participants do not rule out such a move this time. Monetary policy is certainly bearish to the Australian currency. Next trading week, the economic calendar is packed with the macroeconomic data. On Monday, Germany will also report on its retail sales and labor market. On Tuesday, the Market Analytical Group is due to present final manufacturing PMIs for advanced economies. On the same day, investors will get to know inflation data from the European countries and Canada's GDP for July. On Wednesday, the market will study inflation data from Switzerland. The IDP payroll processor will release an update on private employment in the United States that will offer clues to the official non-farm payrolls, which are due on Friday. You were watching Forex Trader Calendar on InstaForex TV channel with me, Kate Stichina. We wish you profitable deals.